That is for Deen al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and Ra is for the month of Ramadan. Oh, Ramadan. That is for Zakat, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Sa is for Salamun Alaykum, peace be with you, wa alaykum assalam.
Alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil mursaleen, Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahabati ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to our presentation in this month of Ramadan. Today we are looking at accountability and transparency as through regular reporting as a panacea for trust for Zakat institutions. In Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, we hold to a very important principle, and that's the principle of accountability and transparency. We believe by being accountable and being transparent in what we do, we can evoke trust from our stakeholders, and they can continue to trust us to part away with their monies and give us the role to play in their Zakat life. And this is an inspiration from the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Quran chapter 59 verse 18, when Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah wal tanzuru nafsum ma qaddamat ligad wa taqullah innallaha khabirun bima ta'malun. Allah says, "O you who believe, fear Allah and let every soul look forward to what it is putting up for tomorrow, and fear Allah, for Allah is all aware of all that you do." It is this message that inspires us to be transparent and to be accountable for all we do. You know, when it comes to Zakat, there are three main things that we do. Basically three things that we do. We collect Zakat, we manage it, and we distribute it. Those are the three things we do. And we ensure that in all these three areas, we maintain the highest standard of transparency and accountability. Number one, when it comes to collecting Zakat, we ensure that we don't go after any Tom, Dick, and Harry. We are very selective. Anybody or any organization with questionable character, as far as Islam is concerned, we don't deal with them. We don't just collect money from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. We have to make sure that the source of money is halal. We don't go after haram money, because Inna Allah tayyib la yaqbalu illa tayyiba. Allah is pure. He will never accept except that which is pure. Because on Yawm al-Qiyamah, Rasulullah told us that man will be asked to give answer. La yazal ibn Adam ala qadamay hatta yus'ala an arba. You will not stand on your two knees on the day of judgment until you have given account. One of them is amalihi kayfa iktasaba wa fima anfaqa. Your wealth, how did you acquire it and how you have dispensed it? So two things you are going to ask concerning your property, your wealth. How did you acquire it? How did you spend it? So you may acquire it in the right way, legitimate, but you go and spend it on israf, on waste, on things that will not benefit you, neither in this world nor in the hereafter. It will still not be accepted by Allah. And you can acquire wealth through an unlawful means, and then you want to use it to do good deeds. It will still not be accepted by Almighty Allah. Both the acquisition and the disposition must be halal. It is not the end justifies the means. It doesn't happen in Islam. Both the means and the end must be lawful. So here in Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, we hold that very tenaciously. We ensure that we don't just go to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. We are very selective in terms of who do we collect Zakat from. Number two, when it comes to managing it, we have professionals that work with us in managing the Zakat we collect from people. We ensure that these are trust from Almighty Allah, and we must never toy with it. We must never play with it, because the resources are resources of Almighty Allah. They don't belong to us, and we must give it all it takes to ensure that this money are not wasted and they are not allowed to go waste. We have professionals to ensure adequate protection and care for these resources. And lastly, how do we distribute zakat? We tenaciously follow the principles laid down in the Quran, those that should be given the zakat. And it is because we keep data. We keep data. Since our inception, we have the data. It makes it easy for us to know who to give. If you have collected before, you may not collect again. We ensure that the circle of those we give continues to widen. We continue to widen the circle of those that receive zakat. And you don't just come and say you need zakat and we give you. No, we must be sure that you actually need it. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَلَا تُوتُوا سُفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ الَّتِي جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ قِيَامًا. Do not give your money to those who will not be good users of this money. And because it's a trust that Allah has given to you, don't let any charlatans just come and ask for zakat. You have to face interview. And you must also bring a letter of recommendation from your imam or from any religious leader in your community that will say, yes, this is one of our Muslim brothers, and he is only just unfortunate. And then before we can help you. You can't just come from anywhere and you ask for zakat, because it's not our money. We are going to account before Almighty Allah about how we distribute this money. Also, we render account. We keep record and we render account to all our stakeholders. We give you, if you give us money to distribute, we give you how we have distributed it. Those whom we have given their phone number, you are feel free to call them anytime to verify whether we gave them what we claim we gave them. We are that very thorough in the way we deal with our people. Not only that, we also have external auditors who look at our records, our books annually. Independent external auditors who come to look at our record. And anybody can come anytime to verify whatever we say. And I'm telling you, this is what has led many people to be our stakeholders, our payers, those who pay zakat through us. We have the history. We have the experience to do this, because we believe if there is no trust, either from the giver nor from the receiver, it's going to tell on all of us. It's going to tell on the industry. And we see ourselves as ambassadors of Islam in this regard. We take good care of that trust. We don't play with the trust. And we don't take the trust you give to us for granted. We always want to live by it. We always want to live by it. Every kobo, every penny you give us, we must make sure we render the report. And that is why when we say we give zakat, we don't do it secretly. We do it publicly for the rest members of the society to see it, so that they too can learn lessons that dealing with us means that you are dealing with the right set of people, because it is something we hold dearly. It's a trust. It's an amana that we're going to stand before Almighty Allah on Yawm al-Qiyamah to render the account. And we don't want to render account that is taqwa free. No, it must. Taqwa is the part, it permeates everything we do in Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation. And that is what has endeared us to many of our stakeholders. Therefore, when you deal with Zakat and Sadaqah, you are very sure that you are dealing with the right set of people. We don't discriminate. We don't look at your organization that you belong. Once you are Muslim, in fact, we also give Zakat to less privileged non-Muslims, because we believe that the favors of Allah to all of us is for the rest of mankind. Allah is a God of abundance, and He wants us to display that and demonstrate that with the rest of mankind. Allah to Rasulullah sallallahu وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We have not sent you Muhammad, but as a master to the whole of mankind. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was merciful to human beings, was merciful to Muslims, was merciful to Christians, was merciful to Jews, was merciful to pagans. He was merciful to every human being that came in touch with him, because it was through the epitome of mercy. And he said, Ana rahmatun mudat, I am the gift of mercy of Allah to the rest of mankind. And that is what we hope to be in Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation. Therefore, deal with us. You will never regret you deal with us. Till next time, we hope to come your way again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.